Hey, what's going on? It's Airek, and today I'm going to do an Airек's bookshelf video. Okay, because I got this really cool book, and it's by louisl'amour, and it's called Hondo. And this book is awesome. I think every kid should read this book by the time they're 13, or when they turn 12 or 13, they should read this book. Boys and girls, boys especially, but boys and girls should read this book by the time they're 12 or 13 years old. This book is just so amazing. And what it was louisl'amour wrote a short story. Actually, it's a copy of the short story in this book here, volume 1 of collected short stories, Frontier Stories. I'll hold that up for you. All right. So this short story he wrote is right here. The very first one in the book is called "The Gift of Cochise." The Gift of Cochise, and I don't know how it happened or what happened, but they made this short story into. I guess someone in Hollywood read it and liked it and whatever. But they made this short story into a movie, and I have the movie right here. It's starring John Wayne, and it's called Hondo. And this movie is just freaking awesome, man. It's a great movie. Even if you're not a John Wayne fan, you still got to see this movie. It's great. And this is before that politically correct bullshit. Like the men get to act like men in this movie. It's just amazing. Even in the stories, that's what's good about it. That's probably why they won't allow kids to read this story, because it just shows men acting like men and women acting like women. It's not politically correct. But what happened was, they made the movie, and then for whatever reason, I think louisl'amour, liked the movie, like what they did with the story, with the short story. So he wrote the book after the movie, Hondo. So it started out as a short story first, called The Gift of Cochise. Then they made the movie about the Gift of Cochise and called it Hondo. And then louisl'amour wrote the novel based on the movie, with the same name. He called it Hondo, and he added a lot of stuff in the book. If you see the movie, you still got to read the book, because there's so much more. It just starts out a lot different than the movie, because he's like crawling through the desert half dead trying to get away from the Indians, and it's just really good, man. I don't want to get into the whole thing. You got to read it. It's what is it, 100, let me see here, 208 pages. You could read this in a day or two, and it's just really good, especially if you have a kid. If you have boys and girls, they should read this book too. I told my kids to read it. I don't know if they did, but my son read it. My daughters, I don't think they read it, but I'm probably going to get them all copies. So, if they read it, they read it. If they don't, they don't. But that's how good it is, and I just really think it's just a valuable book with valuable lessons, and it's just really good. I just can't express how good this book is, and I don't get too excited. I read a lot of books, and I don't get too excited over a lot of them, but this one is just amazing. I love this book, and definitely got to see the movie, and you definitely got to read the short story, so you got to do all of them, okay? So I think that would be about it, and yeah, so I'll talk to you later.